There they are. That's our guest. I just wanted them to sit there and admire them before I introduce them. Okay, this is Nick LaRosa. Good-looking guy.
Yeah.
You're Italian. Am I even close?
Yes, sir.
I'm just pulling your leg. And his wife, Penelopee. Good to have you guys.
Thank you.
It's great having both of you.
Our pleasure.
Did you ever hear the words, you guys look right together?
Yeah. Salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
Now, we've got a whole, did you see that photo?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one you just looked at?
No.
The president, Bob DeAndre.
Oh, yes, that's the best.
Okay, you're here, right? This is studio.
We're live.
He's trying to act like Joe Biden.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just the president of our network some
Yes.
time ago in Tampa had prayer with Donald J. Trump. That's what that picture is. In fact, I
That's
have
fantastic.
a photo on my wall in my office. Pretty unique, isn't it?
Yes.
So we're not like Goodyear where we're trying to hide anything. You know,
I heard about that.
We're
Oh,
really
my.
open with how we feel about the President of the United States. And
Yes.
you're here kind of to spur people on
Yes.
that they need whatever you vote, right, Penelopee? Whatever you vote, get out and for goodness sake, vote.
Definitely. Just here in Florida, there were 3 million Christians that did not vote. And you know,
Are you kidding me?
the results, the presidential results were a 0.5%.
That's right.
Made the difference, even with Governor Ron DeSantis.
Well, that
A 0.5%. And they had recounts.
Percent for president.
Oh my
Could
goodness.
you imagine?
Can,
if all-
can you imagine if the guy that was running with them had won?
Yeah, I think he's in.
You did know what happened in Miami, right?
And just
Right.
yesterday, again,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, he's on drugs.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
think
not
he's-
good for a governor.
I
in
just
rehab
read
now.
where evangelicals, I just read this morning, where evangelicals, Christians, don't vote.
Yeah.
They will just stay home and pray about it.
Too spiritually minded to be any earthly good.
That is the
You
truth.
have to be really careful.
That is a correct terminology right there for that situation.
You know, I inquired of the Lord, I said, I should be evangelizing. Of course, that's ultimately, prayer first.
Yeah.
And I should be evangelizing. Why am I politicizing? And the Lord said, if you weren't politicizing, there would not be evangelizing. That's where our country was headed.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they're
we're
out
taking a U-turn if we don't come through this one.
That's right.
So what do you do?
Can I want to introduce
Oh, I
you.
wanted to
Oh,
hear-
go ahead, honey. Do it
Okay.
your way. No, do it your way. I like what you just said.
No. So what exactly are you doing? What is your business or what is your goals? How are you doing it? Nick?
Oh, you mean Florida Faith Votes?
Whatever you're doing, yeah.
Okay. Well, before Florida Faith Votes, the Lord dropped Trump in my heart. I was not involved in politics or things like that. And the next thing you know, I'm the senior co-chair for Pinellas County.
Whoa.
We're having meetings at libraries, training people to man the phones and go door to door and wave signs. And
So you're a guy of action.
well, we were getting it done. And I just had it in my heart that Trump was supposed to be president. And then I'm looking at all the pastors. Now, I graduated a Bible college back in the mid-'80s. I know a lot of
You
pastors.
were a pastor, right?
My wife pastored,
We were
and
married.
I was the crusade director for a few years for David Horton, and I helped a few pastors
Okay.
get churches
Yeah.
started.
Were you assistant pastor to her?
We weren't married.
Okay. All right, that would
That
have been
would never
hard.
work.
That would have been hard.
And
Okay.
so the next thing you know, I'm calling these pastors. And are you on the Trump train? Well, Nick, we teach government here. And, you have the Johnson Act, and a lot of pastors. Now, I know it's a rule so that they don't politicize too much.
Yes.
And there's some good about that,
But
too.
that's
They
been
need to-
taken care of since our president.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
you
So
know,
what's the
it
Johnson
needs
Act?
I'm sorry?
What's the Johnson Act, in case somebody
Well,
doesn't
back
know?
in, I guess, 1957, mainly it's about money and power, I think. In other words, you can't take in all this money tax-free and then support candidates. They keep track of donations and
Right.
money and things. And then they don't want the pastors to be manipulated by politicians either. And then you wouldn't want the politicians or some people getting a 501c3 and doing just that.
As I
And,
understand it, because I'm very simple,
Okay.
that if I had a Democrat on and he gave his say,
Okay.
then it required that I had to have a Republican on to give his say.
That's
I've
right.
heard
Okay,
that, yeah.
that's what that's what he wanted. In other words, you could not push one particular candidate if you had a 501c3,
Right.
which
Yes.
we have. Okay, well, Trump got that out. He got rid of that.
He
that-
said he wouldn't allow the Attorney General to prosecute
Yeah,
it. So
exactly.
it's still there, but it's not a prosecutor.
Yeah, but he's getting it off the books.
Trying
off the
to.
books.
We
yeah.
gotta have
well, you got
the
to
Congress
have
and the Senate
you
to
got to
do
have
it,
the
but yeah.
idiots in Congress agree. So, but so that's what that is. And
Yes.
so I'm not. Actually, I wasn't even concerned about it back when it was a big concern. Because I just, I mean, if they want to take me in handcuffs, which I've been in handcuffs, by the way, before, just, full disclosure. So, but
Well, let's change the topic.
no, I was arrested for blocking an abortion clinic in Tampa. So they took me away in a paddy wagon, and a whole bunch of the rest of us, including my son, was with me.
Yeah.
So we were all arrested and put in jail. So just,
Okay.
that was back when. You remember those days when
Yeah.
clinics were blocked? And
Oh, yeah. I
Planned
was-
Parenthood.
We drove by this morning on Highway 19, and they've been every day out there. Stop abortion now, pray that
Yes.
abortion stops.
It's important.
Right here on Highway 19.
Yes.
The day we blocked one, we found out later from a person that was going to have an abortion that she changed her mind when she saw the blockage, but it gave time to think.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to think about what you're about ready to do, and then God says, you're taking a life here, and in just that moment
Yeah.
creates that
Change of
space
direction.
so you can think.
That's one of the strongest points I have going, for Florida faith votes, is you want to vote what God would have you to vote. God would not have you to vote for abortion. Well, now back in the 60s and 70s, they thought it was a fetus. And then 3 months, first trimester.
Yeah.
But now, a day after the baby is born, you're going to make a decision?
It's insane.
That's
know.
ludicrous. That's
Well,
murder.
Isn't that the way it always goes,
Just
though?
goes
It starts out
forward,
hardly, very innocent, and it just keeps
It's-
going till the end.
It's premeditated murder.
Yeah.
Think
Exactly.
about it.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
you're thinking about, okay, should I, shouldn't I, yes, no, yeah, I think I'm going to. It's premeditated.
That's why I think the website, so he got involved in this way, and what we found as Christians in the political process was that there wasn't a collective website for Christians to lay things out for them.
yes.
Here in
And
Florida.
that's why Florida Faith Votes.
This is not your
Came-
organization, but
Florida Faith Votes is the name of
yeah.
it.
What does it say it again, babe?
Florida Faith
And it's going to be
Votes.
on, see right there, it's on the screen. Isn't that great? I mean,
.com.
we have all of the apparatuses in place.
Yeah, it's kind of like
You that are watching can use.
What's an apparatus?
We'll figure that one out later. But this is not your organization, but it is Ralph Reed. I just interviewed him a few days ago. But I love this because see the thing
voter
that they
guide.
sent out, and right here, abortion on demand. This dude here, I mean,
Yes.
he's a real jerk dude. He said, "Oh yeah, abortion on demand," and Ron DeSantis, no. So you had. I mean, you had it right in front of you.
Yeah.
Look at each one of them.
So-
I mean, you'd have to have staggered out of a bar drunk to vote for this dude.
yeah.
I have a video of him saying how George Soros is a friend of his and donated, I think, $300,000 or $600,000 to his ministry.
Do you know who George Soros is?
Yes.
He's an enemy of this country, as far as I'm
He's a
concerned.
Marxist.
If what they say is true about him, even just a smidgen of what they say is true about him, an enemy of this country.
Yeah.
And there's 185 organizations in America that are like communist.
Yeah.
They hate America. Why are they here?
Well, the one, in case you've not mentioned some of them, the rest of them are in the Democrat Party now.
I know they've been hijacked by communism, socialism, and Satan himself.
No,
in
they weren't
some arenas.
hijacked. The Democrats invited them in.
Yeah.
There was no hijacking.
That's true,
It's
too.
like, we like your we like your new government. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that. I mean, right now the vote is good, evil.
Yes.
You
Yes.
don't have to figure. Okay, which one do I vote for? Good. Okay. Do you believe in good? Okay, vote. Do you believe in evil? You got to vote. That's where we are today. It used to
Exactly.
be back in the day in the 50s. I remember asking my father before I was at the age to vote. I said, "What is the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats?" And he said, "Well," he said, I always vote Republican." He said, "But they're pretty close." Can you believe that that statement was actually true?
It was.
Until the party of the Kennedys, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it was not that
There weren't
different.
moral issues involved at that
Exactly.
point because
Yeah.
we didn't have the morality issues.
Yeah.
It was it was a difference of political platform economically.
Yes.
That was basically the difference.
Yes.
How you believed the economics.
Some thought the
would
Democrats
work.
took care of the poor and the Republicans kind of took care of the rich. You know, that was kind of the.
That was what they
that
said.
So
was-
how do you talk to the, say, evangelicals or the Christians, Catholics or any of them? How
Well,
do
no,
you talk to them and get them out to see how important it is that they vote?
Yes. Well, I do keep it political neutral. By the way, Florida Faith Votes is politically neutral. You make your own decisions.
Yep.
We don't
Yes.
tell you who to
Yep.
vote for.
Right.
But like just yesterday in District 13 here in Florida, Anna Luna, Christian girl. And many people ask me who to vote for, and then I'll say, well, for example, she's a Christian gal, and she believes in the Second Amendment and borders and things that we need to protect our country. Right now, a lot of people in authority, governors, they're not protecting the people. Their first priority, protecting the people, they're letting them riot, and innocent people are being killed.
Yeah, but what is amazing is that those governors, because they're all Democrat governors that are allowing that. There's no question about that. What they did was they put their hand on whatever they used, I assume it's the Bible, and swore to protect those people.
Yes.
They should be impeached. I mean, there's no question.
Yes.
You lied and you're not doing what you said you would do, you're out.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen so clearly, I haven't ever noticed the difference between the state authority and the federal authority. And,
Yeah.
and Trump, you have to say for him, he has really followed what he said. I believe in state
Yeah, yeah,
authorities,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
but yet he's getting blamed for everything.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
he is actually honoring the
Yeah.
authority of that state.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
I
have a
know.
flat tire, I don't know whether you realize it or not, it's because Trump did that. So just get it out of the way.
Oh,
Just
my.
whatever it happens, he did it.
Yes. Well, that's what they do. They place the blame. Yeah, they've been in government 30, 40, 50 years, haven't fixed any of the problems, have all these problems, and the new guy comes in and they blame him. It's like they have a bank and all these employees and they're stealing and robbing the bank and having their things their own way, patting each other on the back.
Yeah.
And the new guy comes in and says no more. So they're all against him, even some Republicans, you know.
Well, the thing is, the ones you're talking about, they've been there 40 years.
Yes.
Many of them. 30
Oh.
years, 20 years, whatever. Okay,
And they've lined their pockets.
It's a cush job.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, they have all the authority and power. So if somebody comes in and says, "I'm going to rattle your cage,"
Yeah.
you're going to get very mad, and whatever it takes, whatever the lie you might come up with, you're going to pull that because you
Yeah.
got to get this guy out of there.
It is evil.
They're so addicted to greed and every other thing that they've gone too far. You know, they should have just dropped it and gone home.
Well, easy for you to say.
Yeah.
That's their piggy
right.
bank.
Yeah.
That's their piggy bank.
Well, they're setting up a shadow government.
Yeah.
Because eventually, I believe the Lord has intervened with Trump. And he is holding up a wall against corruption and evil so that the pastors behind this wall can get the people in the church right with God, bring in the harvest. And so I don't know if it's in a year or 50 years, but eventually the Lord will return.
That's
And
right.
when we're taken out, this shadow government will go right into place
Yes.
because the light will be taken out. And that's where we're at right now. That's why I know Trump will win, because it's going to take more time, you know, for the Lord to get his church right and for the harvest to come in before we're taken out. And I believe the Lord had really just grace and mercy on America because of the saints that have been praying and praying for years.
Yeah.
You know.
They might take us out as soon as we leave the studio.
Well, I've told Penelopee before,
It's not the rapture. It's called a 45.
and people are going to come out of both camps. You know, you have us in Christ,
Yeah.
you know. And so I'm not really Italian, you know, I've been grafted in, I'm Jewish, you know, once you get born again.
Yeah.
And you have good people
Yeah.
and these evil people.
That's right.
You know, and I've told Penelopee, they'll be coming out of both camps.
That's right.
I had a dream that Hillary Clinton will be saved. You know, remember Paul? He wrote 3/4 of the New Testament.
Yeah.
He was persecuting the Christians,
Absolutely, he's killing
stoned
them.
Stephen to death,
Dragging them out of church.
and
yeah.
knocked off his horse, and
Yeah.
he, of course, got
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah.
And he had to renew his mind. He thought in good conscience, you know, a lot of these folks, some of them are in good conscience. There's one, can I say names? There's on CNN, there's a guy, and he's gay, and he lives with a white man. And he even mentioned white men with a problem, you know, and this and that. So he must have had an argument with his boyfriend this morning. But if it wasn't for white men, who would have taken out Hitler? You know, so they don't know what they're talking about, of
Yeah.
course.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they are absorbed, literally, taken over by color.
And
I
that
mean,
too.
when you look, I was raised, when you look at somebody, it's not the color. What is the person doing? Do they have a job? Do they need help?
What's inside? What's the
I mean,
character like?
I mean, but
Yeah.
they're completely taken over with, you know,
They're blind, yeah.
your little brown skin there is. Are you by any chance Hispanic or anything? You know, because if you are, come over here on my side.
Yeah.
Or if you're not. Women, you know, you're probably one of those Trumpers, right? You know, because you're not welcome in this room. So that's where we are today. It's absolutely flipped upside down.
Well, to finish what I was saying, he was
Finish.
talking about pedophilia, and he was saying maybe they're born that way. You see, they really don't know, you know, because
Yeah.
they think
This guy on CNN actually said that.
Yes,
I know
right
who
on.
you're-
He interviewed-
I know
I
who you're
watched-
talking about. You know who his favorite preacher is?
But what I'm saying is, his heart,
I'm better not
he's
say.
genuinely
Please.
deceived.
Yes.
You know, so what
yes.
I'm saying is, they're going to come in. Even somebody like can come in
Yeah.
and be saved, and then they're completely
Well,
different, just like Paul.
I mean, you hate to predict this, but I believe the way, because I've read some of the materials that are in the back rooms of all of these progressives, that pedophilia
Yeah.
will eventually be like LGBTZYXIZ in
They'll
case
just
I
add a
forgot
P
it.
to the end of it.
Yeah, it would be in the same
Yeah.
pattern. So,
Yeah.
and then it'll be the day when you say anything about what the guy likes,
yeah.
then you're going to be in trouble or you could lose your job. I mean, it is this world,
Yeah.
unless we have a
It's not going to get better.
well, the only way
It's
it's
not
going
going
to
to get
change
better.
if we have a revival. I mean, a great
Change-
awakening.
Well, you're talking about changing the person's heart.
Absolutely.
That's the only way,
That's
is
it.
changing their
That's
heart.
right.
But the way they've done that, they've manifested that through the legal system.
Yes.
So they have
There
taken
it is.
captive the legal system through politics by putting their people in office
you're right.
and
You're right.
making their judgments, even against what's on a federal law sometimes. So that's where the body of Christ went to sleep and said, well, you know, we don't want to get involved with that, you know. But they got involved with it, and now that's why it's so important that Trump has appointed over 300 judicial
Yeah.
positions, because those legal seats
It
make
changed
law.
everything,
Yeah.
didn't it?
We're going to reap that in years to come.
Yeah.
That very decision that he made.
Yes.
And that was a faux pas that Obama
That's right.
blew.
He
'Cause
thought Hillary was gonna appoint
because
her.
he was 98% chance of her being in.
Yeah.
So he was just relaxing.
Yeah.
You know, we got this done.
Yeah, that's right. Thank
Until
he
God
didn't.
took over.
Yes. And we need godly Christian people in politics to legislate these laws that will favor you, you know, the Christian, and so that they won't allow bad things to happen to the Jewish people, the Christian people, which they're doing right now in courts. I mean, we trust the Lord, and He holds the heart of the judge in His hand. I've been to court. I've been sued in some things. But God has delivered me from everything.
We've won
you
them
know.
all.
And, yeah.
We have.
But just for everybody in general, like pastors, right now I'd like to say to pastors, of course, you want the
Talk to
Lord
them. That's your camera right
that
there.
Lord is going to say, you well done, good and faithful student.
Yeah.
And you don't want, of course, to hear that you've been a hireling. You know, you are to protect the people. And to protect the people, we have to have the right people in politics right now, temporarily, to legislate certain laws that protect and help. Just like Jesus, when he went on the cross, Peter said, I'll stop that from happening. He said, I'll rebuke you, Satan, get behind me. In other words, the big thing is going to take place. But he did tell John, take care of my mom. We can take care of things for now, you see, and things that have to be done. The big thing is Jesus is going to return. We're going to be taken out of here.
Yes,
you know.
that's
But
right.
these things have to be done.
But I think we're going to go through persecution. I mean, because a lot of Christians get the idea that we're never going to bleed. We're never going to get beat up. We're never going to have our property taken. We're never going to lose our cars.
Go to
We're-
Portland and see how that works
And they're never going to come against you when they say, "Oh, you're a Christian? Okay,
Yeah.
give me your license. Give me your okay." Because I believe we are going to face persecution, and the shame of it is Christians out there are waiting for that next Mercedes. And their mortgage to be paid off because they sent $1,000 in. That's what they're waiting for, and that's going to be the nightmare that they're going to wake up to. That is not true.
Before Trump came on the scene, folks didn't want to say Merry Christmas at Christmas time.
That's right. I remember that.
The IRS
They were
was
afraid to.
targeting Christian businesses.
Sure.
Lots of things like that were happening. Persecution was coming to an all-time high. And Trump just came on the scene, and a lot of that's been reversed.
Yeah,
Right.
even at the Supreme Court level, where they've attacked businesses that don't want to do something contrary to their faith.
Yeah.
Those
But
things have turned.
let's say, pray that he is president number 46, because he's 45 now, 46. But when that ends, unless things are in place that you can't mess with, because the next party that gets in, they're going to take, it's like me taking this book and just ripping every page out of it and say, well, okay, there's the cover. It's meaningless.
Well, can I just say, I think part of what we discovered as being Christians in this process is that they have complicated the whole political process. People don't know, what district they're in. They have a senator, and they've got a congressman, but then you also have a state senator, and that's a different district. I mean, it's just complicated.
And the school board, you have no idea who's up on the school board?
Judges are,
Yeah.
you don't know what a political affiliation they
That's
are,
right.
all these different things. So with Florida Faith Votes, we try to break it down for them so they can go in and say, oh, where do I vote? Push this button. Who's running? Push this button. We even have a
But
tab.
they have a choice.
Yeah.
Sure.
On our
Oh,
website,
yeah.
there's a button that you can push that you can see all of the congressmen and all of the senators to see who voted with Trump or
Just like
against
I held
him.
this up right here.
And every issue.
This is what the
That's
guy was
exactly
for.
right.
I mean, it's perfect.
It's like a website for political dummies. If you don't know anything about politics,
That's a good thing.
and you have to be baby step through it, you can push a button and it will show
So
you.
they can get all that through at this website.
Yeah, and the important thing is a lot of people don't vote because they go, I don't know who to vote for. I don't know. I don't follow
Bingo.
it. So we're saying, look how we've laid this out for you. Look how easy it is. So now you can make an informed decision and be a part of the process.
That's
That
great.
is that. Let me tell you something. What you just said, I don't know who to vote for.
Yeah.
That expression is said 10,000 times.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many folks have said, Nick, we'll get lunch, we'll get lunch. 5 years later, we never did get lunch. Okay? I volunteered
wants
to
to
help
eat
one
with
of the
you.
Bible teachers move one day. 12 guys raised their hands, and the instructor said, well, I only need 7 or 8 guys. Well, Saturday morning, I showed up,
Nobody else did.
and we got it moved.
Yeah.
Me and him.
Yeah.
Nobody else showed up.
That's a perfect
Yeah,
example.
that's right.
That's
You
a
know.
perfect example.
I'd travel around with a crusade tent, David Horton Ministries, when I was the crusade director. There were supposed to be 15, 20 people there to help. Only in Ashby, Minnesota did they show up. But those hardworking Minnesota guys. But I'd show up at places and there'd be nobody. And I had this semi to unload and set everything
So
up.
you got up and preached in a tent?
Well, David did. I was the crusade director. I worked for
David, what was his
David
name?
Horton
David Horton.
Ministries back in the 80s,
Okay.
late 80s, early 90s. And Rosie Greer would come out, and people like Donna Douglas, Keith Moore, Patsy Bierman, Caminetti, these folks would come out and they would preach. We'd go into the inner cities.
You're just throwing names around now.
Well,
just
the body of Christ knows a lot of those folks
Yeah.
because, They came out of the Kenneth E. Hagin, the father of the faith movement.
Yeah.
And we even went into Watts, California.
Wow.
You know, during the time when
Oh, yeah.
Rosie Greer showed up, rolled down the window this much, because I'm there all day setting up soup line, everything, you know.
Yeah.
And he rolled down the window and said, "Nick, you can't wear red." I had a red T-shirt on.
Wow.
He
Because
said,
it's a
"That's the-
gang,
That's
right?
a gang.
Yeah.
So the next day I had
Yeah.
blue on.
Sure, sure.
Rolls down the window like this, 5 to 7 when they show up. I'm there all day out in the middle of the deal. He said, "You can't wear that color either." Rosie, what am I going to wear? You know?
That's right. This is all I have. Penelope, see that camera right there?
I do.
Andrew is on that camera.
Andrew.
And he's right behind the camera.
Oh, hello.
Share Christ with somebody watching. Would you do that?
I will. Is that okay?
Look right at that camera, not at me or anybody else, because you're looking in the eyes of somebody
Okay.
that needs to know Christ.
I needed to know Christ too. And I am so thankful to God that people didn't give up on me, because I had pretty much every decision that I had made up until I was about 25 was destructive. I'd pretty much ruined my life. But God had planted seed in me along the way through people. I can't even remember who said it or what, but I remember the words they said. And your life matters. Your life is intricately connected to other lives. Other people are waiting for you. You are the answer to other people's prayers. So once you choose Jesus and you receive Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you'll see your purpose for the first time, and you will come alive for the first time in your
Amen.
life.
Amen.
So just receive Jesus now. It's so simple. Just say, "Jesus, I messed up. Forgive me of my sins. Wash me clean with your blood. Show me my purpose and turn me loose and use me, Lord." And I rebuke you, Satan. I denounce my life. I turn away from it, all those choices that I made. I give my life to Jesus, and I pray, God, that you use me in a mighty way.
Amen.
And you are born again, my friend. Welcome to the family.
Praise God.
Amen.
Amen.
And then find a Bible. I'm sure you could find one or ask somebody for one. Open it up. The book of John would be great to start in, just to read through when you get to the other end of it, just a few chapters, read it again. But you need to get into the Word,
Yeah.
and then the next step is find a gospel-preaching, Bible-believing church. And then you're on your way. God bless you. Jesus Christ is the answer to every need you may have. Bye-bye.